This has been a long time coming, everyone. Welcome to Victor's Lab.
What's up, everyone? It is your boy Victor Freeze, and we are back with another episode of Mentality. I forgot what I called the series, but I think it's Mentality in the Trenches or something like that. But I wanted to do another one, because I'm gonna date this video, but we have the Terror Dome Invitational coming up, and that's where you're playing 3 fighting games, 1 fighting game per week. Round robin 8-man invitational, and people are playing for money, man. They're playing for big dollars. So I would want to tell you what I would do in this situation, and one of the things that I do that I had to learn, and it makes my gameplay style more reckless. It makes it more reckless, but it also makes it like less predictable, because you never know when I'm gonna go reckless, and you never know when I'm just gonna play solid, because I can play solid as well. So what I call it is the Rorschach experience. Now, if anyone's watched Watchmen, they know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't gotten around to watching Watchmen, you never thought it was good. It's a great movie, by the way. Everyone should go watch it. Like, everyone should, what I'm saying? It's a great movie. It goes on a little long, but it's still a great movie. And the Rorschach syndrome is, he was in prison. Like, he got arrested. And people was like, oh, you put me in jail because Rorschach is a superhero. Well, he's just a hero. You put me in jail. Rorschach beat the dude up and then put a hot grease in his face, and he told everyone there, y'all do not understand. I am not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. And that mentality goes straight to when I play fighting games. Like, because at first I would like to play super defensive, like at my younger years. I want to see what you're doing, counter it, and then see what you do from there. But then what I started noticing was I'd wait too long. I'd wait too long to do something. And I lose, and I'm like, man, I probably should have did this, I probably should have did that. But around around Injustice 1, I played Solomon Grundy. If y'all didn't know, he was born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, buried on Wednesday. So I was playing Grundy, and like with Grundy, you kind of have to play a little reckless, because all the zoning in the game. But if Grundy gets in, he's doing 50% if he gets in and hits you with a combo. So like, that's when and then like I started noticing I used to get hate mail from a bunch of Supermans and a bunch of Supermans, a bunch of Green Lanterns. Like, man, you play so reckless. Like, you play like shit. Like, fuck you. Like, cause like none of them say GGs, man. It's like, oh, you play like shit. I'm like, oh, that does well for the self-esteem. But anyway, so I'd play these people, and I'd start noticing they said that. And at MKX, there was no choice but to play offensive. There was no really defensive character. Like, I mean, I could be corrected wrong, but like, in my opinion, at my skill level, which was like medium high, like I'm way better at MK11 than I am at MKX. Like, you could only play offensive. There was no playing defensive. Like, I mean, I guess Master of Storms, but even then, like when I played Master of Storms, it wasn't like, you still had to do some shit. You still had to rush down. So I learned something. I learned that, you know, and that mentality also goes with respect. So what respect means is, like, your opponent does something and you respect it enough to be like, okay, he's probably going to do something afterwards, so you block. And then they don't do anything. They mix it up into something else. Or, like, you respect them too much. You don't really think you should punish right here. You don't think you should press a button. And then you're waiting, and then you get hit over time. Like, that happens as well. So if you don't respect your opponent, you probably will press there. Now, if you don't respect your opponent and they do the thing that you were fearful of, then you just died. But if you don't respect them and, you know, and you press a button there, well, then that's good. You know what I'm saying? You get out of that pressure, you get out of whatever that you're facing at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not locked in here with you. I don't have to, I mean, yeah, I have to know what you're doing and everything. I understand that. But I don't have to hyper analyze what you're doing. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. You have to worry about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just a one-way street. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's not just a one-way street to whereas, you know what I'm saying, you do your thing and I just fucking wait here like a good punching bag and hope that I can dodge it. Like, no. You gotta dodge my stuff too. You're locked in here with me. You gotta do things too to circumvent what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And once I grabbed that mentality, I realized that I started doing better. Like, even when Raiden was fucking trash and I picked up Liu Kang just to stay somewhat competitive, I played more defensive with Liu Kang. I didn't go all out offensive. And then, you know, when Raiden got the buffs, because I was a day one Raiden main, and then I realized he was fucking trash, but I still played Raiden, just not competitively. When Raiden got his buffs and I started playing him, like, I started to realize, like, people are expecting you to be a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you be yourself? Like, why don't you come up with your own style? And if you win with that style, then good shit. But if you lose with that style, good, well, bad shit. But at least it's your style. And you could add on to your style instead of trying to copy people. So that's the whole thing. Is like, I'm not trying to copy anyone. You're locked in here with me. You know what Victor Freeze does. You know what I'm saying? Like, in Tekken, when I play Heihachi, or when I play Negan, or when I play Paul, or when I play Armor King, or even when I play Jin, like, it differs through the game. But remember, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. And that's one thing that in Tekken specifically, especially with Jin, is a hard thing for me to grasp. Is that, like, with Jin, I play very defensive. You know what I'm saying? Unless I got my electrics going, then it's grand. But, like, I usually play very defensive. And that gets me places, of course. Sure. But you gotta remember, Jin has some offense too. But with Heihachi, I'm super offensive. And that's why I think Heihachi's better for me in particular, because I could just go in, I could do my thing, you have to react to me. Like with Raiden, I can react to you easily. Like, I have teleport, I have a nice back walk, I can whiff punish anything you do with back 1-2, forward 1-1, forward 3. Like, I can do all of that and that's fine. But like, if I just want to get you out of there, I can do that. Like, I can definitely just get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? And you could just be pissed at me, you know what I'm saying? Or at least pissed at the character. Or pissed at my playstyle. Most people have told me, like, it's the way you play, Victor Freeze. It's like, I just can't deal with it. And some people deal with it very easy. Like, you know what's weird about my gameplay style in particular? Is that I beat people I'm not supposed to beat. You know what I'm saying? And then I can lose to the most mundane shit, which is hilarious. But that's how it's always been. Like, so I'll probably drown in pools, but if I get past pools, I can make noise in top 36 or top 38 or something. You know what I'm saying? top 64, something of that nature. It's crazy like that how that happens. But for the people that's watching, that's trying to look for some insight, like, remember, it's not all about, you know, okay, my opponent's here, he's doing this, you know what I'm saying? No, my boxing coach gives me some great advice. My boxing coach always says, okay, you're in the ring with him, but he has a scouting report on you too, you know. And that makes all the difference sometimes. It's like, yeah, like you're in there with him. Like, you've been studying him. You've been, you know what I'm saying, you know what he does, you know what he likes, you know what he doesn't like. But remember, he has a scouting report on you too. He had to study for you. Make his studying not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it to whereas, you know, you do your damn thing. Because people are here to see you do your damn thing. Like, if people stayed during my match who know who I am, they know what to expect. That doesn't mean that, like, I'm predictable. That's not how it is at all. Because if I was predictable, I wouldn't be winning as much as I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has tendencies. Everyone has that. But remember, this style of play, like, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. You have to refine that. Because if you have a tendency, if you have a tell, if you have a tick of any sort, and you're facing a player that, not even a high level player, but a player that knows fighting games to any degree. Well, not to any degree. Like, fighting games to like a medium to high degree. Like, they're gonna read you and then it's gonna be all bad. Like, they're gonna read you and then your tricks are not gonna work, and then you're gonna be more defensive, and then you're not gonna believe. And listen, I'm speaking from experience. Like when I'm easy to read, like, it's not good. Did you see that sequence right there? Those pokes from Jin, man. That's why I love Jin so much. Those pokes. But yeah, like, I'm easy to read. I'm like, okay, I can't do anything because he knows what I'm doing, and then, like, I just die a slow death. So get into the lab, or no, not get into the lab, because you can't lab this. You have to watch this. So record like 10 to 15 matches that you play. Record 10 to 15 matches. Go in there and look and see what you do every round. Like, and see and like, just look and see what you do. And that's when you'll realize, okay, I do this a lot. After in this situation, like, cause here's where it'll take place. Okay, in this situation, I do this. In this situation, I do that. In this situation, I do this, right? Like, that's what you start to figure out. Okay, in this situation, I always seem to backdash, or I always seem to press down 1 or down 3. Like, that's what happens. That's where that gets you, which is good. You know why? Because you have to drill that into your subconscious. Like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then subconsciously, you're gonna move away from that. You're gonna move away from doing those moves because you know they can get you killed. And then there's layers to it. You just gotta add different layers. Like, once you add different layers, now you have them guessing in every situation. So, like, Raiden's back 1-2 is the best scenario to talk about. So anyone who knows Mortal Kombat 11 knows the infamy of Raiden's back 1-2. And now he has back 1-4, which is godly. But, so off of back 1-2, you can do back 1-2, wait, it's -8, punishable, jab punishable. Some characters like Sonya can get 40% off of that. But most people fear the grab or the storm cell. So, first of all, grab is very unsafe. Grab is very unsafe, right? Like, if you do grab, you're a madman. That's pretty much how that goes. Like if you do grab, you're a madman. If you do back 1-2 storm cell, you are a madman. That is minus 38. You are a madman, and you can die from that. Any character with a big punish can kill you from there. Like if you do that against Spawn and you fuck up, you're gonna die. What else? And you can do back 1-2 far teleport, which takes 1 defensive bar. Right? And you know you're safe, but it takes 1 defensive bar. If you've broken away, you obviously can't do that. You can do back 1-2 teleport regular, which is minus 11. But most people will be looking for the grab in that situation, so they'll down 2, not knowing that you can duck that, which is very fun sometimes. And or you can do back 1-2 Superman cancel. So out of all of those options, you see yourself doing one of those options frequently, or 2 of those options frequently, you gotta change that. You gotta change that, like, immediately. And the way you change that is just subconsciously telling yourself, I have to do this. Like, you gotta think, I have to do this now. Like, I have to do this. I have to do this different. I have to do this different. And that comes after years upon years upon years of repetition in yourself, to where you can know a character, know what they do, know what they like, and do something different. But remember, just always remember, if you're feeling underconfident in your skill, just know this. You're not locked in there with them all the time. They're locked in there with you. It's Victor fucking Freeze, and I'll see y'all next time.